East Hampton Village Board, we are live.
Good morning, everyone. Today is June 21st, 2024. It's 11 a.m. Thank you all for coming. If we could stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. So we have a few things this morning, and then we'll get into our regular board meeting. Just a couple of announcements. We have the boys baseball field in Herrick Park that's due to be completed on June 28th. If you haven't seen it, it looks terrific. We moved it back a little bit, and we've aligned it with the tennis courts. It's new backstop, dugouts. It's really a beautiful field, new infield, all grass. It looks terrific. We have the dedication of the new Roy Mayberry Memorial Basketball Courts will be on June 29th at 11 a.m. That should be a very nice dedication. The basketball courts were originally dedicated back in the 70s, and they were located in the rear of the park. And when we did the reconfiguration, we moved them to the front of the park. And if you haven't driven by on almost any day now, they're so utilized, which is terrific. And I keep wondering if they were always utilized this much, or is it, and we didn't notice it because they were in the back, or is it because they're in the front, they're more utilized? I don't know, but it looks really nice to go by and see them being so well used and enjoyed. And the reason we moved them from the back, because people were asking, why'd you move them out of the back to the front? And the reason we moved them out of the back is because they interfered with making the football field and soccer field regulation size. It kind of shortened the field, if you will. So by moving them to the front, we could have two basketball courts like we had in the back, and we could have a regulation football and soccer field. So it made sense to us, and that's why we did it. And I think it was a smart move, and I think it looks great seeing all the kids out there playing. As everyone knows, we had the village election on this past Tuesday, and we ran unopposed, myself, the deputy mayor, and Sandra Melendez. And I want to thank all the village residents for coming out and voting and giving us another 4 years. So thank you very much. So now we're just going to do a roll call.
Mayor Jerry Larson.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Chris Minardi.
Here.
Trustee Sandra Melendez.
Here.
Trustee Carrie Doyle.
Here.
Trustee Sarah Amadon has an excused absence. Administrator Marcos Balladrone.
Present.
Village Attorney Lisa Perillo.
Here.
Yeah, Sarah's actually a very brave woman. She's on I don't even know it's a race on a sailboat from Newport to Bermuda. It's like a 7-day trip, I think.
I think longer even.
Something like that. It's insane to me, but it's her first time doing it like this type. I think it's a 100-foot sailboat, and I wish her luck. And I'm glad it's not me out there. But
do they sail back or do they fly back?
It's a good question. I don't know.
One way?
Yeah.
One way.
Yeah, we wish her the best, and we keep looking for her offshore, but I think they're pretty far out there. The way she described it, it's a pretty straight shot, but it's way out there. Not for me, but good luck to Sarah. All right, so the first up, we're going to ask our village clerk to swear in the mayor and the two trustees for their second term.
Getting up? Okay.
I didn't know.
Okay, you can raise your right hand. I, Gerard Larson,
I, Gerard Larson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of mayor
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of mayor
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Okay. Do you want to sign it now?
Sure.
Okay. You can come over here. Right here.
I didn't know we were doing this. I didn't read it.
Thank you, Gabby.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, you can raise your right hand. I, Chris Minardi, and I, Sandra Melendez,
I, Chris Minardi,
do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of trustee
faithfully discharge the duties of trustee
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
All right, congratulations. You could both come over here and sign the book. So where do I sign? Right here. Right there. Thank you.
So I just want to thank all the village residents again. Thank you very much. But what I'd like to do now, just for a little humor, I'd like to play a clip of a message I got from one of my biggest fans. Jason, could you play that for me?
Hey, Jerry. David Rattray calling to say congratulations and that you ran one hell of a campaign and I think probably redefined kind of how campaigns need to be run out here. And it's an amazing job, and I am impressed. You and Marcos pulled off an amazing one. Congratulations, and if you're looking for me, I'm at the office, 631-324-0002, or my cell. Again, good work.
So everybody knows David and I don't get along. But this was actually true. But it wasn't for this election. It was for our first election in 2020. And even though he left me his numbers, he's never called me back. But thank you, David. That was very nice in 2020. All right, so that's our little clip of humor. Now we'll get into presentations of Hugh. Hugh King? No introduction is necessary.
Am I going to be sworn in as a village historian? No, okay. I want to thank the board. The shingling is ongoing at Home Sweet Home. I'll be leaving right here to go back and monitor that. And you also have in the record that you're going to replace the grape arbor at Home Sweet Home. If you see, Uncle Harry Mulford owned Home Sweet Home, and there's a picture of him in front of the house, and the grape arbor is in the picture. And Uncle Harry died in 1900. So that's how long this grape arbor has been around.
Wow.
So thank you for taking care of that. Juneteenth celebration was on Wednesday at Herrick Park. And in honor of that, I want to talk about Kathy Tucker. Kathy Tucker, who first shined as an historian, who first shined an historian's light on the Eastville neighborhood of Sag Harbor and later helped found the Eastville Community Historical Association. Laura Tucker said her mother's interest in local history was piqued when she noticed that the building constructed in 1840 was in a state of disrepair and was not included in the village's historic district. That's the St. David's AME Zion Church in Eastville, the oldest church building in the town of East Hampton. Remember, Eastville is in the town of East Hampton. The second oldest church building is the 1852 St. Matthew's Chapel. That's still standing down off of 3 Mile Harbor. Remember where Wings Point used to be? I don't know what it is now. If you go down there, you'll see that church building. She began to research the names of families from the area and soon learned that the neighborhood had its own diverse history while working class African Americans, Native Americans, and whites lived side by side. So she founded the Eastville Historical Society, and she also was instrumental in them getting that house, that Sears Roebuck house, that's on Route 114, and that's their headquarters. And then when she was done with that, she worked at the Bridgehampton Child Care and Recreation Center. So that's Kathleen Tucker. That's all I got. I'm going to Home Sweet Home now to see if we have any shingles left, all right?
Thanks, Hugh.
All right, bye-bye.
Steve is next from Historical Society.
Ken Cullum told me to keep this very brief. Thank you, Mr. Mayor and village trustees. On behalf of the board, staff, and volunteers of the East Hampton Historical Society, and I'm the executive director, we are very grateful to the village of East Hampton for their plan to recognize the wonderful life of the late Joseph Aversano by naming the area bounded by Egypt Lane and Middle Lane as Aversano Green. And I'm particularly grateful to all of the board members and volunteers and staff who joined me here today to recognize this, because it's very important to us. Joseph was a beloved member of the East Hampton Historical Society's board for over 20 years before he passed away suddenly last June. He possessed an effervescent personality and a terrific sense of humor. And Joseph's knowledge of this village was encyclopedic. I learned so much about East Hampton history from Joseph, almost as much as I've learned from Hugh King. Jeanette Rattray wrote that it takes far longer to become naturalized in East Hampton than it takes to become a citizen of the United States. But that did not seem to apply to Joseph. Even though he was from away, Joseph seemed to know everyone in town, and he constantly leveraged his network to support the East Hampton Historical Society. And it's especially appropriate that the board selected the triangle by Egypt Lane as Aversano Green. Joseph was very proud of living in the Woodhouse Bungalow located by the northern corner of the green, and he relished keeping track of everything going on in the neighborhood. A couple who moved onto Egypt Lane several years ago told me that just days after they arrived, Joseph came to their door, welcoming them with a lovely bottle of wine. While he and the couple enjoyed the glass of wine and chatted about East Hampton, Joseph said, "Would you all consider putting your house on the Historical Society's house tour?" He never missed an opportunity to work house tour candidates. And as many of you know, Joseph loved landscaping. Robert told me how Joseph artfully designed the gardens around their home. And since Aversano Green is currently filled just with grass, perhaps the village will consider adding a tree or some flowers to help celebrate the energy and spirit that Joseph planted in our community. Tomorrow, the Historical Society will host its membership party, an annual event that Joseph created soon after joining the board decades ago. This will be our first one without him. But in his absence, we'll gossip, crack jokes, tell stories, and get everyone to become more involved with the East Hampton Historical Society, just like Joseph Aversano. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve. Yeah, very, very nicely said. And personally, I knew Joe and Robert. Well, I still know Robert, but I've known them for a long time, and they're both wonderful. And Joe was always so friendly and welcoming, and this is just something that we wanted to do. We felt very strongly about it, and we loved him. He was just such a terrific man, and we're happy to do this, and we're glad that we're doing it with you. Thanks. So, all right. Next up is, you're not Vincent, but from Vincent's office. You could just step up, introduce yourself. This is a presentation. We've been, as everybody knows, the Hedges Inn has been damaged over and over and over the years. And we've talked about implementing some kind of something to stop vehicles from hitting the hedges. So we hired an engineering firm, and he is going to present the results of that study now. So thank you very much.
Sure. Hello, everybody. My name is Bobby Beauvais. I work for LK McLean Associates. My boss, Vincent, couldn't be here, so he sent me. I have 7 copies of the full study. I'll pass them out if you guys want them.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Yeah, so the impetus behind the study was there was a car crash January 15th or January 16th, kind of at night, early morning hours. There was a car crash that occurred on New York 27 Woods Lane at the intersection of New York 27 Main Street and Ocean Avenue. It's that road kind of by the Village Green and the Town Pond and the Hedges Inn. So this car crash on January 15th/16th, they were going eastbound on Woods Lane, and they either didn't see the light or were going too quick, and they drove through the intersection, through the grass, over James Lane, the adjacent road, and into the Hedges Inn. And so to try to address some of the safety issues, they contracted my firm, and this is kind of the results of that study. So the first thing we did out there was take a look at all of the geometric conditions out there, see what it looks like currently, see if there are any siding issues, see if there are pavement striping issues, anything like immediately obvious. Is there insufficient lighting? Is there anything just immediately that would say, why is this location causing crashes like this? Because in theory, if everything's operating well, you would never drive through the intersection over the grass, over another road, and hit a building. Right, so we took a look at that. One of the things that you think would maybe cause something like this could be speed. So we did a speed study for the eastbound approach of Woods Lane to see, are people going super, super fast and maybe they just don't see it or can't stop? And, is that a possible factor? Took a look at that. We also we submitted a Freedom of Information Act request with the DOT. We got all the crash data. We went all the way back to 2010. So our crash investigation ranged from January 1st, 2010 to August 31st, 2023, because there's a bit of a lag with the DOT data. So the information I'll present later doesn't include that most recent collision in January of 24. So this is a little image of the actual road itself. You can kind of see there's Woods Lane, so we're mostly concerned about vehicles from the west going eastbound through that approach, and then either not having issues making that left. So the majority of the traffic on Woods Lane wants to make a left and stay on New York State 27. Some people will make the right, I guess, down Ocean Avenue and maybe go down toward the waterfront or to some of the homes over there. But most people are trying to make that left to stay on 27. Yes, we took a look at that. There are signs out there. There are plenty of signs. Some of the signs are faded. There's an intersection warning. There is a signal warning sign, and there's also a large guide sign out there. That kind of shows, what you're supposed to do, and there's that light as well. We took a look at all those signs. We took a look at the existing lighting. There's some decorative lighting, but there's not necessarily a lot of robust lighting out there, maybe at night. The speed limit on Woods Lane is 30 miles an hour, so most people shouldn't be going super fast as they approach this thing, but people tend to drive a little bit faster than the speed limit in most situations anyway. So took a look at that. So the actual result of the speed study, we did a speed study starting in March. It ranged from March 11th, 2024 to March 18th, 2024. The average amount of traffic going eastbound on Woods Lane is about 8,100. It's pretty much from that Tuesday to that Wednesday, because we had only partial data on the 11th and the 18th. So Tuesday to Friday, roughly 8,100 vehicles want to go down that way. But the results of a speed study pretty much show that the average speed is a little bit more. I think it's about 36, so speed limit is 30, so a little bit higher. And 80th percentile, about 41 miles an hour, so a little bit higher, but not crazy high. It's not like there are a ton of people going 60 miles an hour down this thing, totally out of control. I believe the number of vehicles going 50 miles an hour or more was about half of 1%, so not a ton of super high speeds. And then the actual crash investigation itself, we pulled all of the crash data. So surprisingly, the amount of people who either struggled to make that left turn and either ended up in the village pond, ended up spun out on the village grass, or in the most extreme cases, drove into the hedges was 12 vehicles since 2010. I guess plus another one for the one in January that's not really included. And so of those 12 vehicles, 5 of them ended up in the pond itself, either submerged or, so from a professional perspective, if you end up in the water, that's not good. That's bad. To try to avoid that. And then 5 of the people either hit signs in the village green or ended up kind of spun out in the grass, and then the worst case are people who were either going so fast they didn't see it or totally out of control or simply just didn't register the signal and drove all the way through and did damage to the Hedges building. So in terms of potential solutions that we looked at, and so the thing with this too is since the issue is people not registering the signal almost at all, going too fast, like the biggest, threat to other people and the drivers are people who do that crash where they go totally straight and into the Hedges building, go all the way across those 2 roads. That's kind of like the thing that governs, the thing that we most want to present. And so we looked at either doing some type of soft landscaping, so this would be putting up some type of planting, some type of shrubbing and hedges to kind of slow vehicles down. But if you're going so fast that you're going to go totally, over 2 different roads and over some grass area, that's probably not going to stop the most severe of those crashes. The other thing we looked at, some type of end barrier or harder landscaping. This would be like bollards or decorative boulders. If you do large boulders, that would definitely stop a vehicle from going all the way across, but you have a chance of increasing the hazard to the driver. And the one thing with any type of traffic engineering solution, you don't want your solution to cause more damage than the existing problem. So that's not always the best solution. And then the other option we looked at would be a type of vehicle arresting barrier. This is something that the DOT uses on highway engineering projects to kind of slow generally large trucks. They're rated up to about 40,000 pounds. To basically the vehicle would hit the net and kind of slow down, and then the apparatus would kind of brake and stop the vehicle. So those are what we looked at. Those would be kind of more like the immediate stuff. That's what you would use to stop the most severe of the crashes. We also looked at other type of just increasing conspicuity issues. If people maybe didn't see the signals, different things we could do. When we were out there, we saw some of the signs were a little bit faded. Those signs could be refreshed. They could put retro-reflective strips down the front of the signs to maybe increase people seeing them better. We looked at maybe adding backplates to the existing signal. Backplates would be like a yellow reflective tape, maybe 1 to 3 inches that kind of goes around the square of the signal so people could see them. Technically, the MUTCD would like there to be 2 signal heads. If the major, the major movement is that left turn, there's only the 2 signal heads out there. You could add another signal that's a DOT signal. So the DOT could be prompted to redesign their signal, add the 2 signal heads for the left, another one for the right. It's something that could be done in the most extreme cases. We could also add flashing beacons on top of the signs. If you think that would maybe prompt people to see them more. You could add driver feedback signs as a way to slow people down a little bit more, make them more aware of their speeds. We didn't see speed as a big issue, but obviously if you're going so fast down that road, speed is a little bit of an issue. And, that's kind of the stuff we looked at. Any questions
from the board?
Do we have data on the crashes where people fell asleep? Because I think it was like 1 or 2. Marcus, you know a lot about this, but because I don't care what you put up. If someone falls asleep, they're going straight through, which then maybe like rumble strips or something, a barrier or making the pond bigger would help. Or if they the last one, I believe they were being chased by the police and they just blew right through it, which would mean then they didn't know, which maybe some of these, I don't know. Do we have data on the
last one they were trying to evade the PD, and then because the PD really wasn't chasing them, but the one before that, I believe, had fallen asleep, and the rest are really intoxicated. That's really what it comes down to.
And most of them are really late at night.
Yeah,
when there's no traffic.
Sure, 8 of the 12 did occur at night, so
yeah,
darkness
so
maybe an issue.
Basically, your recommendation is that catch net?
That's probably the best option because it produces the last hard barrier, but definitely will stop the vehicles. I know aesthetics are always a big thing in the village. You can dress it up. You can put some shrubbing around it that wouldn't reduce the effectiveness. You could paint it a different color. You can kind of screen it a little bit. So different ways you can do to make that.
And what I saw on the report was that the anchors are only about 4 inches high that hold the net. So like if somebody went to the right or left of the main part of the net, they're not going to hit something that's not going to give is what I'm trying to get at, like a bollard or.
Right. Yeah. It's not a hard.
Because the last thing I want to do is, we've been very lucky in all the years that I've been here. No one's been seriously injured or killed in that area. So for me to put boulders, as you call them, decorative boulders,
bollards, yeah.
or bollards is unacceptable. I would never go for that because, like you were saying, you're going to give somebody a death sentence. So wouldn't go for that. But we do need to do something before we do have a fatality where timing is just perfect and there's somebody walking on James Lane or driving on James Lane, and that perfect timing when that car comes through would be devastating. So if this is the most best way to do it, I think the next step would just be get pricing. Do you know if anything is on state contract or any companies?
I'm not totally sure. I know the person we looked at, my boss consulted with, there's like a local manufacturer, I think lives over in Wainscott in that area. I'm not totally sure on pricing for that. You probably have to design a little to make sure it doesn't impede the pedestrian path in the Village Green, make sure it's designed right.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Anybody else have questions?
Do you have a picture of how that barrier would look?
Yeah, it was just on the screen.
Maybe
it's
in the
hard to.
report there should be.
It's hard to see it on the screen, but
I'm going to zoom in right now for you.
all right, thanks. That's kind of it there on the screen.
You can put plantings around that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey,
you
sorry,
could
that's
probably
that's the most it can go in a slideshow presentation. My apologies, but that's its limitations on that one. But I think that if you get a copy of it on your computer, you can zoom in yourself.
Yeah, it's kind of the idea. You can see it below the car picture. It's kind of like a big rubber band.
Basically, yeah, just kind of, and then
it can be reset.
Yeah, you'd have to basically replace the thing.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. That's great.
Yeah.
Anybody else? All right, good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, guys.
They have them already. Yeah. Start earlier?
Yeah,
I don't know.
that was
That's a
wonderful.
good question. We didn't want to get
really.
the DOT too involved.
I knew you were the
We're
right
gonna
man.
start putting up streetlights and all that other stuff. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Very much. Bye, Olivia.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, that was really nice. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. All right, next up is public hearing.
Okay, introductory number 14 of 2024, a proposed local law amending Chapter 176 Historic Areas, Section 17611, Late Night Restaurant Club Legislation.
Anyone like to be heard? From the public?
Make a motion to close the hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The hearing's closed.
Introductory number 17 of 2024, a proposed local law amending Village of East Hampton Code, Chapter 267-9, Vehicles and Traffic, Stop Streets, to add a four-way stop at the intersection of Cove Hollow Road and Jericho Road.
Anyone from the public?
Make a motion to close the hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hearing's closed.
Introductory number 18 of 2024, proposed local law amending Village of East Hampton Code, Chapter 267-7, Vehicles and Traffic, Stop Streets, to include a time limit of 1 hour for parking spaces on Fresno Place, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Anyone? No? Okay.
Make a motion to close the hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hearing's closed.
Introductory number 19 of 2024, a proposed local law amending Village of East Hampton Code, Chapter 267, Article 3, Operation of Vehicles on Sidewalks and Parking Lots.
Anyone?
Make a motion to close the hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hearing's closed.
Proposed fiscal year 2025 budget.
Anyone? Yes, sir. Good morning.
I just have a few questions on the budget. I just have a few questions.
Your name for the...
David Gans. I looked at the budget, and I'm just curious, and matter of fact, this is the third year I've done a FOIL request. Under professional services, I just simply asked the firms what they do, how much we paid them, and what's the scope of work. And I've never received a response. I issued my last FOIL request, I believe, on Saturday. And I just want to get an idea. We're spending over $300,000 for various firms under the Board of Trustees budget. I just want to get an idea how that's allocated. And I think as a taxpayer, I have every right, but I haven't gotten any of this information for the past 3 years.
Okay.
So I really would like to have that information. And secondly, I'm curious on the charging. We have an $8,000 revenue from electric charging. I assume that's the ones in the long-term parking, because, correct? It's in the budget.
Right.
I can give you a line number if you like.
No, I understand that, but we're not, if you have a comment, you make your comment. You have a FOIL request.
All right.
We'll honor your
Fine.
FOIL request. We're not, and we've done this time and time again with you. This is a public hearing.
I appreciate your patience.
I have plenty of patience,
Okay.
beyond patience for you. So
All right.
you can make your comments,
All right.
and we'll listen to you.
I'll wait to public comments.
Anyone else like to be heard on the budget? Okay.
I make a motion to close the hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, hearing is closed. Public comments. Anyone for public comments?
Again, I'm still David Gans. Getting back to the, first I want to mention an experience I had 2 weeks ago. On June 2nd, I went to the Park Lot 1 and I went over to my locker. I noticed at the end of the aisle, the ADA bathroom had a sign on it, staff only, and it was locked. When I stepped out into the pavilion and I asked this young man, he says, well, I don't know why, it shouldn't be. Two they seem like middle-aged or senior people said, well, they can use the other bathroom. I said, well, is the sink high enough? Is the width of the door big enough for them to get through? And I said, I really would appreciate if you abide by the ADA regulations and revert that back to being an ADA bathroom. In the follow-up email I sent to Marcos, I just wanted to confirm that in fact it was, and I never heard from him. So I just want to make sure that ADA bathroom is an ADA bathroom. That's all.
Thank you very much. Anyone else like to be heard? Public comment. Beach manager.
Morning, Mayor, Board of Trustees. Since June 2nd, the bathroom was locked because somebody was in the bathroom. It is open to the public and locker holders. We have since removed the staff sign. Our public bathrooms on the front of the pavilion are all ADA compliant as well. So there are ADA compliant bathrooms on the west wing, locker rooms for any locker holder, as well as the public bathroom.
Thank you. I had no doubt. Anyone else for public comment? All right, that closes that. So now we're going to move into motions and resolutions. And this is like 5 pages long. If anybody doesn't want to stay, please feel free to exit. Here we go.
Resolution number 365 of 2024, approve claim vouchers for the month of June.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 366 of 2024, approve warrants as listed. Number 54, guarantees. Number 55 and 56, general fund. Number 57, general fund warrant. And number 58, capital fund.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Passed and carried.
Resolution number 367, approve budget transfer schedule 8, reference 8, dated June of 2024.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 368, approve minutes from the Board of Trustee meeting held on February 16th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 369, approve departmental reports.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 370, 2024, accept results of village election conducted on Tuesday, June 18th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 371, appoint Gerard Larson as village mayor, term to expire 2028.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 372, appoint Christopher Minardi as village trustee, term to expire 2028.
So moved.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passed and carried.
Resolution number 373, appoint Sandra Melendez Esquire as village trustee, term to expire 2028.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 374, appoint Christopher Minardi as deputy mayor, effective immediately.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Yeah.
Resolution number 375, accept the $112,730 grant award from the Division of Criminal Justice Services Law Enforcement Technology Program to the East Hampton Village Police Department, awarded May 31st, 2024, for the purchase of law enforcement technology and equipment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried. Thanks, Chief, for securing that for us.
Resolution number 376, approve the fiscal year 2025 budget.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 377, resolve the 2023-2024 village budget is hereby amended to increase appropriations from the assigned unappropriated fund balance in the amount of $68,024.73 for expenditures related to the EMS dispatch center.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 378, deem surplus and approve the disposal and sale online by Auctions International of 4 impound vehicles listed in Acting Chief of Police Jeff Erickson's June 14th memo.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 379, deem as surplus and approve the sale online by Auctions International of miscellaneous items as listed in Acting Chief Jeff Erickson's June 7th memo.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 380, deem surplus and approve the official use by the Village Police Department of lost and found property listed in Acting Chief of Police Jeff Erickson's June 7th memo.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 381, approve employment of Tanner Stedman as a full-time public safety dispatcher 1 at an annual starting base salary of $59,000 effective July 1st, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried, and welcome to Tanner. It's a very difficult job, and hopefully he's successful in completing the training for this. It's one of the most difficult jobs in the village, so we're probably anywhere. So we'll see how it goes, and we wish him the best.
Resolution number 382 of 2024, approve promotion of Kevin Schaefer to Labor Crew Leader, Step 1 of 4, at an annual salary of $86,634, effective July 1st, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 383, employ 2024 seasonal traffic control specialists and traffic control officers as listed, effective June 22nd, 2024, per the June 14th memo from Acting Chief of Police Jeff Erickson.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 384, approve 2-year license agreement in the amount of $3,500 per year between the Village of East Hampton and Circuit Transit for parking in the village's long-term parking lot.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 385, approve $7,012.75 quote from Ben Kropinski Builder for an arbor at 14 James Lane, Home Sweet Home Museum.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 386, approve change order number 1 for Herrick Park Baseball Field Project from Land Tech in the amount of $5,673.50.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 387, approve $162,000 proposal from BFJ Consultants for the comprehensive plan update to be paid from the assigned unappropriated fund balance.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 388, approve annual renewal period with Vigilant Solutions for the mobile companion system in the amount of $2,000.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 389, approve annual maintenance agreement for police department software with Larimore Associates in the amount of $57,745.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 390, approve $14,640 3-year service quote from Noble Elevator for the Emergency Services Building and Village Hall elevators.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 391, approve $309,517.50 quote for paving and aprons by Rosemar Contracting for Middle Lane and 1 Cedar Street Firehouse.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 392, approve up to $9,500 quote from Complete Well and Pump for the emergency repair of the well pump in Herrick Park.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 393, approve change order number 5 for the Roy Lee Mayberry half-court basketball stenciling and painting from Land Tech in the amount of $5,170.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 394, reappoint Gerard Terza Jr. as the Village Fire Department Administrator at an annual salary of $165,000 effective July 1st, 2024.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 395, approve employment of Adam Bolender as part-time hourly employee with the village's EMTP program at the hourly rate of $38 effective June 21st, 2024, and approval of Jonathan Gorst as part-time hourly employee with the village's EMTP program at the hourly rate of $38 effective June 21st, 2024, pending completion of his background check, and authorize both to work the 2024 summer season.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 396, approve employment of H.K. Anderson at $18 an hour, Francine Hanford at $18 an hour, and Piper Borsack, $15 an hour as 2024 seasonal tour guides at Hook Mill effective July 1st.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 397, deem as surplus and approve disposal of miscellaneous items as listed in Acting Chief Jeff Erickson's June 7th memo.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 398, approve the $1,854.02 payout for Eric Midget for accumulated time to be paid on July 31st, 2024.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 399, approve employment of 2024 seasonal beach employees as listed in Drew Smith's June 1st, 2024 memo, effective June 22nd, 2024.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 400, approve the following new members of the Department of Emergency Medical Service, EMS, Brian Solano, Kate Castrati, and Nicole Ortiz Perez, effective May 20th, 2024, per June 10th memo from Chief Mott.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 401, accept the resignation of TCS Kaylee McDemai as the lead traffic control specialist at an hourly rate of $25 an hour, effective June 7th, 2024. And then effective June 8th of 2024, TCS Kaylee DeMai's hourly rate will be $20 per hour per June 6th memo from Acting Chief Jeff Erickson.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 402, accept the resignation of Marissa Cangelosi as Secretary to the Mayor effective June 30th, 2024.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 403, accept retirement of Public Works Labor Crew Leader Robert Aldrich with an effective retirement date of June 29th, 2024, with an $8,172.63 payout to be paid on July 15th for accrued time.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 404, approve change order number 1 for the lobby at 1 Cedar Street from Ben Karpinski Builder in the amount of $8,312.28.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 405, approve $10,389 quote from CDWG for installation of speakers and cameras at the public meeting room at 1 Cedar Street.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 406, approve $41,088.58 quote from FBS for 10 handheld enforcement support units and 14 mobile printers for traffic control specialists and police officers.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 407, approve to hereby create the East Hampton Village Steering Committee.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 408, appoint the following members to the steering committee: Mayor Jerry Larson, Chair, Deputy Mayor Chris Minardi, Frank Newbold, Andrew Goldstein, John McGurk, Beverly Kazikas, Hollis Forbes, Drew Bennett, and Marion Zucker.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 409, appoint the following ex officio members to the steering committee: Marcos Balladrone, Village Administrator, Lisa Perillo, Esquire, Village Attorney, Billy Hajek, Village Planner, Tom Priotta, Principal Building Inspector, Dave Collins, Superintendent of Public Works, and Jeff Erickson, Acting Chief of Police.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 410, appoint new members to the Herrick Park Playground Committee. East Hampton Village Trustee Sarah Amadon, Chair, Jenna Van Asco, Alex Magruder, and East Hampton School Resource Officer Bethany Smith.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 411, accept the below listed bids for general services, open June 4th, 2024 at 2 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 412, approve rejection of all bids received for the North Main Street fence replacement.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 413, approve rejection of all bids received for the elm tree injection.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 414, approve rejection of all bids received for the general service cesspool pumping.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 415, notice to bidders for cesspool pumping service with the bid opening to be held July 9th, 2024 at 2 p.m. at Village Hall.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 416, a notice to bidders for the below listed public works contracts with bid opening to be July 9th, 2024 at 2 p.m. at Village Hall, alarm monitoring, overhead door maintenance, and hanging flower baskets and potted plants.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 417, notice to bidders for lighted crosswalk service and maintenance with the bid opening to be held July 16th, 2024 at 2 p.m. at Village Hall.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 418, notice a public hearing to be held on July 31st, 2024 at 11 a.m. at LTV Studios, 75 Industrial Road, Wainscott, with respect to the proposed extinguishment of easements, which are found to be no longer necessary and of no benefit to the village, granted to the village over a parcel of land at 105 Main Street, now owned by 3 Acre Farms LLC, known and designated on the Suffolk County Tax Map as 301-2-7-2.2.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 419, notice of public hearing to be held on July 31st, 2024 at 11 a.m. at LTV Studios for introductory number 20, 2024, a proposed local law amending Village of East Hampton Code, Chapter 196, noise, Section 196-1A, prohibited noise, evidence of violation, further limiting the days and hours of landscaping and construction work.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 420, approve notice of the organizational meeting to be held on Wednesday, July 3rd, 2024, and the annual meeting to close fiscal year on Wednesday, July 31st, 2024, both to be held at 11 a.m. at LTV Studios, 75 Industrial Road, Wainscott.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution 421, adopt local law of 2024, introductory number 15 of 2024, a proposed local law authorizing a property tax levy in excess of the limit established in General Municipal Law, Section 3C.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 422, adopt local law of 2024, introductory number 16 of 2024, a proposed local law amending the Code of the Village of East Hampton, Chapter 192, moratorium on tennis court and pickleball court conversions with an extension of 6 months.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 423 of 2024, adopt local law of 2024, introductory number 17, 2024, a proposed local law amending Village of East Hampton Code, Chapter 267-9, vehicles and traffic, stop streets, to add a 4-way stop at the intersection of Cove Hollow Road and Jericho Road.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 424, adopt local law of 2024, introductory number 18 of 2024, a proposed local law amending Village of East Hampton Code, Chapter 267-7, vehicles and traffic, stop streets, to include a time limit of 1 hour for parking spaces on Fresno Place, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Passed and carried.
Resolution number 425, adopt local law of 2024, introductory 19 of 2024, proposed local law amending Village of East Hampton Code, Chapter 267, Article 3, operation of vehicles on sidewalks and parking lots.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 426, adopt a negative secret declaration with respect to introductory number 14 of 2024.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Resolution number 427, adopt local law of 2024, introductory number 14 of 2024, a proposed local law amending Chapter 176, Historic Areas, Section 176-11, Late Night Restaurant Club legislation.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried.
Number 428, approve $6,975 quote from Beecham Recreation for drinking fountain.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed and carried. Nothing walked on, right? That's it?
That's it.
All right, so can I get a motion to close this meeting, and we're going to go into executive session back at Village Hall?
I make a motion to close the hearing. Oh,
Sure. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
And Juneteenth was fantastic yesterday. So thank you for being so inclusive.
Oh, thank you.
To that end, I'd like to join the playground committee. I've already done some research on including special needs children and for autism. And there's certain different playground equipment that can help them with that. I work with special needs adults as well as children. I've worked in the BOCES, in the Capital District for BOCES, as well as the local East Hampton schools as a one-on-one aid. So
Okay.
I have much experience, and I'd
Oh,
love
that'd be
to
great.
throw my hat in the ring with you guys and help.
What's your name?
Michelle Thompson. Oh, I'm sorry. I know.
That'll be great. Right
Just doing this very fast because if that phone dies, I'm in trouble.
So Trustee Amidon is the chair of that committee, and when she gets back from that.
Yes, I've
they'll-
contacted her. I just wanted to
That'd be great. We
greet you
really
and-
appreciate your help.
And what a fantastic day Juneteenth was, and all the things and I love your baskets. I know it sounds little, but it's it's fun.
Thank you, Michelle.
See you
Thank you very
Tuesdays.
much.
Okay, bye-bye.
So if I can get a motion to close this hearing, this meeting, and we'll go to executive session back at Village Hall.
I make a motion to close the hearing.
Second.
All right, hearing is closed. Meeting is closed. Thanks, everybody.